Sabalenka retains US Open title with thrilling win over Anisimova. Papers. Palace's failed bid for Liverpool defender saw Guehi deal collapse. Littler gets off to strong start at Czech Open as Van Gerwen impresses. Ida rescues last gasp point for Ireland against 10-player Hungary. Livingstone powers Lancashire into finals day as Dixon inspires Somerset victory. I feel like the happiest person on earth, Aryna Sabalenka after back-to-back US Open titles. 2025 US Open Women's Championship Trophy Presentation Trophy ESPN. Sabalenka defeats Anisimova in the #US Open final. A long-standing tradition Red Heart #US Open. Women's final. Aryna Sabalenka vs. Amanda Anisimova. Full match highlights 2025 US Open. 12 best hotels in Munich near main attractions. Disruptors London City show signs of intent despite heavy debut loss. Smith lives up to £1 million price tag in Dream Arsenal debut. Arsenal come from behind to beat London City Lionesses. Smith scores screamer on Arsenal debut. Humble and sweet, but a lion, the story of the first female £1 million player. Demon seeing red in grim quarterfinal admission. Hyped teen tip to take Sea Eagles mantle from DCE. NBA rocked by alleged $43 million salary cap breach. Aussie giant sits among the NFL storylines about to explode. How hate messages aimed at Galvin made Hines feel. Sanju Samson brushes aside injury scare. Stakes claim for Asia Cup 2025 playing 11. Team India stars undergo Bronco test in Dubai before start of Asia Cup 2025. India SWAT for Asia Cup. Suryakumar Yadav's first major test and choosing either batting or bowling depth. Irfan Pathan headlines star-studded Hindi commentary panel for Asia Cup 2025. Sri Lanka falter before Asia Cup 2025 as Zimbabwe hand red faced 5-wicket thrashing. 2026 WCQ. Truce de Kong happy to help Super Eagles from bench vs Rwanda. Hales, new boy, Frederick. 2026 WCQ. Super Eagles played smart against Rwanda Ekpeba. Sabalenka keeps cool to retain US Open title. Wales Jones impresses in comeback stoppage. Superbike rider Grigor put in coma after crash. Dixon denies Bears to steer Somerset to finals day. USMNT's listless defeat to South Korea causes alarm bells again as World Cup looms. USMNT vs South Korea player ratings. Who stood out in latest loss? South Korea ease past poor USA in friendly showdown. Ousmane Dembele opens up on Barcelona time. I am happy with everything that happened. Fire unprecedented access. First teams confirmed for Serie C 2026. Ringside footage shows Tom Aspinall in tears following brutal knockout at UFC Paris. Falls asleep Thomas Tuchel singles 3 England players out for criticism and names the star. That past test, against Andorra. Joseph Parker's next fight announced with heavyweight set to face 7th English star. You're better than that, Michael Owen criticized for pushing Wayne Rooney argument so far. Eberechi E's given 3/10 with Harry Kane amongst lowest rated England players in boring win over Andorra. Pudge the Cat captures heart of Bowling Green football in the internet. Hawkeye Report podcast. South Florida stuns number 13 Florida on late field goal for 18-16 win. Mitchell Pearce's baby joy on Father's Day after NRL bad boy turned his life around. Arsenal star Max Dowman makes England history as 15-year-old sensation continues rapid rise in the game after Gunner's debut. Misguided Celtic board provoke more fan fury by playing blame game over transfer window chaos. Woman forced to deny she's the Phillies' Karen screaming at a father and son over home run ball. Sweden sound Alexander Isak alarm for Liverpool. As his manager says, we have to do the right things with £125 million star because of a risk. Ex-Roma chief reveals what it's really like working with Jose Mourinho, and the strange message he received from former Man United boss when he left the club. Thomas Tuchel's England were back to their old ways in win over Andorra. Roy Keane claims, as Man United legend criticizes Three Lions' approach. Draymond and Mateen bang the drum. Off to the races on the Rutgers interception fire. Breaking news to USA Hockey: cold sweat smile star struck ice hockey. The big question. Can UAE's stage hunting plus GC strategy really work? Beyond the podium. Vuelta a España 2025. Stage 14 extended highlights the 6th of September 2025 cycling on NBC Sports. Celtic defend not throwing money around on deals. Throwing money around not sustainable. Celtic defend window in 1,000-word statement. Fernandez open to Saudi switch, Sunday's gossip. The thankless task of being a Scotland striker. Time for sandals can shine on return to longer trip in Haydock Sprint Cup. Added spice ensures Adelaide-Collingwood rivalry reaches boiling point in AFL Finals, Martin Pegan. AFL Finals. Why every finalist can, and can't, win the 2025 Premiership, Martin Pegan. Bryce Young could yet prove to be Panthers' long-term quarterback. Valanciunas could be key in challenging trade market. 13 biggest contracts in MLB history. 15 greatest small forwards in NBA history. 5 cities that have hosted the most Super Bowls. KCB. Mwamba. Cobras. Leos. Monks. Daystar. Oilers storm into Kavaberry Sevens quarterfinals. Kiprop. Njoki. Chepkamoy and Kiprono top Kapsokwani Athletics Kenya cross country. Eric Ooko lead Kenyans as Celestin Enesanzuwira win East Africa swing in Kigali. Gambia's Scorpions sting Kenya's Harambee Stars at FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Batika increases AFC Leopards sponsorship deal. Picking the best Premier League wonderkid in each position. Fire Saturday Social. Ranking every Premier League club's number 9 eyes Saturday Social. Half and half scarves. Pouting Roy. Micah and Daniel judge footballing offenses. Red square yellow square. Reaction. Daniel Levy departs Tottenham Hotspur after 25 years. Rating every Premier League club's most expensive signing. The Lowdown. D. Wade and LeBron at the Hoff ceremony fire. Top 25 college football players since 2000 who got snubbed. CFB on TNT. Dion jokes with third-string QB Ryan Staub cold sweat smile. Perfect timing for Ryan Staub watch. Littler Pips rock in final leg thriller to snatch Belgium title live. Highlights. Invincibles seal third men's 100 title in a row. We have no doubt, Wolf defends Antonelli after Zandvoort woes. Guehi's Sublime strike steals the show in impressive Palace win. Guehi scores stunner as Palace beat poor Villa. Don Staley checking in from the sidelines in Atlanta hands clapping. No. 2 Carlos Alcaraz vs. Arthur Rinderknecht, full match highlights 2025 US Open. No. 1 Nebraska with the reverse sweep in 5 sets look of triumph. Don Staley pulled up to watch South Carolina square off against Virginia Tech. American football. FAI refute Gleason's claims of gender discrimination. Juventus in talks with Arsenal over Walty deal. Missing Euro's best decision I ever made, Bright. Union Berlin Women, the German club attracting thousands. Delhi Premier League winners list. Nitish Rana single-handedly takes West Delhi Lions to DPL 2025 trophy. Ramiz Raja highlights death bowling problem for Pakistan ahead of Asia Cup 2025. Another injury concern for Mohammad Shami? East Zone skipper Rian Parag gives update. Rohit Sharma clears fitness test before India vs Australia ODI series. Man City midfielder out for 2 months with injury. NPFL. Enyimba Pip Tornadoes. Katsina United beat Plateau away. League 1. Mafi features as Le Havre edge Nice. EPL. Szoboszlai's superb free kick earns Liverpool victory vs Arsenal. Alcaraz shows good rhythm to reach last 8. Clipboard Corinthians and Palmeiras lineups revealed for the final derby of 2025. Official, as Monaco's Elis Ben Seguir joins Bayer Leverkusen for €35 million. Wrexham agree deal to sign championship rivals captain before deadline day. He's a comedian, fans in stitches at Unai Emery's bizarre response to Emi Martinez's question. Mastermind behind NFL's Stadium of the Future shunned architecture career to build $13.9 billion empire. We have to adapt. David Raya admits struggle with Premier League ball after Dominic Szoboszlai. Stunner. Mikel Arteta admits William Saliba sustained injury before start of Arsenal's defeat at Liverpool. ESPN's College Gameday sets viewership record for Lee Corso's final show. Struggling African giants Ali sack Spanish coach Rivero. State defense grades out among nation's best in Week 1. The perfect goodbye? Liverpool target Mark Guehi scores stunner in 3-0 Crystal Palace win at Aston Villa. With Unai Emery's side chewed up and spat out in Emi Martinez's absence. IndyCar star David Malukas airlifted to hospital after horror crash live on TV in Nashville. NBA 2K26 preview. New enhancements make gameplay as smooth as Kyrie Irving's handles with added realism aided by attention to detail visually too. Coco Gauff was 15 when Naomi Osaka left her in tears at the US Open. Now the tables have turned as they meet again in New York. Liverpool 1-0 Arsenal player ratings. Who was the 4/10 weak link for Gunners? Which exceptional star ran the midfield? And how did match winner Dominic Szoboszlai fare? Jamie Carragher and Roy Keane savage Mikel Arteta's robotic tactics and insist nothing has changed from last season after Arsenal are beaten by Liverpool. Mikel Arteta is punished for cautious approach as Dominic Szoboszlai's outrageous hit in 1-0 win makes ominous early statement in title race. Writes Oliver Holt. Ismaila Sarr's header caps Crystal Palace's rout of Aston Villa. Premier League, NBC Sports. Mark Guehi's curler silences Villa Park to give Palace 2-0 lead. Premier League, NBC Sports. Mark Guehi that's a sublime finish fire. Boom boom boom. Matetas in the room collision. Liverpool are all smiles leaving Anfield open mouth smile. Sydney Marathon's debut as major is timed perfectly with Australia's running boom, Elise Beacom. Eberechi Ease makes Arsenal debut as Liverpool beat Gunners. Obi Kubana attends Enyimba vs Niger Tornadoes NPFL clash in Aba. Aqua Ibom Sports Festival Torch of Unity begins LGA Tour on September 1st. Atalanta reject Bayern Munich's first bid for Ademola Lookman. Medvedev ends coaching partnership with Giles Cervera. Liverpool triumph over Arsenal. Isaac Makoka win Railway Invitation on home turf. Mateta calling out Mark Guehi for not scoring worldies in training rolling on the floor laughing. Mark Guehi scores WORLDIE as Palace thump Villa. Aston Villa 0-3 Crystal Palace, EPL highlights. What champions do. The sign of champions, Keane. Carragher and Walcott react to Liverpool's win over Arsenal. Stunning Szoboszlai free kick sends Reds top. Smiling face Liverpool 1-0 Arsenal, EPL highlights. Geraldo Perdomo and Mookie Betts share untold big league stories. Test umpire skills, on base. EP. 42. Oregon HC Dan Lanning on WR Decorian Moore's block rolling on the floor laughing. Tyrese Halliburton got trolled on 2K loudly crying.